It's Week 9 of the National Football League, and we'll see a longtime star, Patrick Peterson. He stayed active a week ago with an 8-tackle performance. It's the Vikings and the Commanders, and it's all up next.
We are just inside the ballpark, 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come off a disappointment last time out. They put an end to their minus 3-game win streak. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
On 2nd and 2, Cousins. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. On 3rd down, Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Robinson up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Terrell Lewis able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 12 carries, 52 yards.
Not an horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
From the 38, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
First down, here's Cousins. And Cook has it, left side. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Off the play fake, Cousins. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Joseph's got it, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both of these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum there.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll try and start this drive in the air. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Chase Young racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Throwing is Cousins. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
A first down throw for Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Cousins gives way to Cook. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Now Cousins. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
2nd down and a run by Robinson. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On play action, it's Wentz. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. That's out to the flat for Gibson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Hand off now to Robinson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Wentz. Complete, it's Dotson. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. To throw is Wentz. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not at all. He came off of that guy, the deep guy. He came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. From the 22, Wentz. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Quez Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have taken the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We've got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans from the Superdome. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Cousins now. Forced out to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Montez Sweat. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Cousins again. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. They'll throw again. Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. And that is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Cousins on 1st down. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Catch made here by Campbell. And they're going to get this up to midfield. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They begin the drive with Robinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Vikings head out to take over once again.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw, Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
To throw again on 2nd down, Cousins. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And it falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Dancing to his left. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
You're crediting the defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool him. They tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Cousins, that one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Wentz now on first down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Wentz.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half.
And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Davis Mills leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. From there, we head over to Atlanta to check out the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. 3 touchdown passes in that one for Justin Herbert. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for Washington, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 27, Wentz, middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Wentz going to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. To the air again. It's Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on for the 5th time here today. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Eight yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Play action. Now Wentz. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. Give him 2 on the play there. And that leads to a Washington 1st down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. From just shy of midfield, Wentz complete. It's Dotson. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a play fake. Wentz.
Going right back to Dodson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz looking for McLaurin, and he's got him.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Quez Watkins with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Slide for the PAT.
And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this one is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Campbell.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Here's Wentz to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now Cousins. That ball caught by Campbell. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Partner, that's excellent timing right there. Breaking off the route and being able to hit it right when he stops.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 46. Cousins.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Cousins to throw it. And his throw is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have cut the lead back down to 2. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He'll start with a give to Robinson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Now Wentz.
Going to be caught downfield by Dotson.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at FedEx Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz.
And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Wentz. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Now Wentz on third down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our fourth quarter tie. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. And now out comes Minnesota. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Campbell making the catch. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And here's Ryan Wright now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Back near the goal line. Here's Wentz. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th.
Rolling to his left. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10.
At their own 27. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the toss, here's Robinson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Brings up 3rd down and 5. To throw, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. This is taken at the 15. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Chase Young able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I guarantee they approach this part with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Here's Ryan Wright now,
standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their own 43. Now a handoff to... And oh, he coughed it up! And the Vikings pick up the football. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
After the sack on first down, Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. There he goes, right side. The 30. 10. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold it, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And some room to work. Another nice move. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 75 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Cousins. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Let's go.
Now Cousins. Catch made. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Commanders' offense set to take over. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Wentz to throw.
This one left side caught by Gibson.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to break our 4th quarter time. And he missed it. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So the folks on hand here growing a little restless with their kicking game. That's now 2 misses so far.
And in a tight game, 4th quarter, the fans aren't the only ones getting restless, Brandon. There were a few looks of disbelief on that sideline as well.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So Wentz and the Commanders down 24-21. A little over 80 ticks to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
To throw is Wentz.
Dotson, he's got it.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Gets this to Gibson.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now Wentz. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Back to throw. Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Wentz to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Minnesota,
they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll look to get back.